Mic test, mic test. Cool. Hey folks, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. My name is Saurabh Pol. Welcome to Polki Bowl. Today I'm going to talk about Manchester United season opener against Arsenal. We lost 1-0, but as you can see, I'm not sad. I think we were robbed, obviously. The referee was a disgrace, but that's fine because all I have wanted for all these years is for Manchester United to play good football. And I think finally we are playing good football. And I think finally we are getting to see Amorim and his philosophy being implemented. And while I have been a critic of Amorim and I've felt that he could have coached United better so far, but I think he has failed at it. But now that he's getting the forward line that he wanted, I think Kuna, however you want to pronounce it, Mbumo. Again, I have to learn how to pronounce his name too. I think these two players, Matheus Cunha and Mbumo, were the standout performers in the game that we saw last night, right? And I'm so happy this has happened because we saw there was no Sancho, the bomb squad, no Sancho, no Anthony, and no of course Garnacho, right? They're all waiting to leave, and so it's a damn disgrace that we have such players in the first place who are just sitting in the squad, who are eating up the wages, who are impacting Manchester United negatively. But then again, it is United's fault that we went ahead and actually recruited them, right? So I personally feel, this is it's a disgrace that we have such players still, but also the day and night difference in terms of performance, in terms of hard work, in terms of giving a damn, giving a shit, playing like a Manchester United player. I saw Cunha playing so well, showing attitude, dribbling past players, playing with intent, shooting. We were not able to obviously score a goal, but I think we came very close. We should have had a penalty. The goal that we conceded shouldn't have been conceded on multiple levels. Firstly, it was a foul on Mount. There was also a foul on Binder. But then again, you know what, we lost. We have to accept it. But the reality is that our keepers have been garbage for almost 6-7 years now. I think the last time we had a good goalkeeper was De Gea, and that too David De Gea in 2018, 2019 at max. After that, it's been like 6-7 years. I don't think United have had a good goalkeeper. Andre Onana is not the answer. He's a clown. He's a bloody clown. Altay Bayindar is also a bloody clown, as we could see. People are like, oh, you're being so harsh on them and this and that. Like, see, then everyone around you, there were 10 players on the field who definitely did not deserve to lose. They played for Manchester United, but the 11th one was a goalkeeper, and it was our goalkeeper. See, every position on a football field can be, everyone can back up, every other player can do what the other players are doing when push comes to shove. Of course, they'll fail at it, which is why everyone's a specialist. A striker can still defend, they can do goal line clearances, a defender can go ahead and score, a midfielder can do all of it, right? But nobody can do what a keeper does, which is why it makes a goalkeeper so important and incredibly powerful. Let me, while I'm going at it, let me also just go ahead and see some of your comments, right? And see if there are any comments at all. Great, no comments thus far. But my point is that I'm really happy. I'm really happy the way we played. Finally, I felt like Manchester United were playing like Manchester United, right? I think the fans have deserved a better brand of football for many, many, many years, and finally we got it. Finally, we got you know a football club more than a football, a private LLC, which was just out there, which is just out there, trying to win social media points. We are not an advertising agency. We are a football club, and finally we are showing that, right? In the comments, Godwin is like Arsenal better in terms of what, Godwin? I would say, um, you were outplayed. You had United had 62% position. Like the score line, of course. Arsenal won. We give them that. No one can take it away from them, right? But they didn't deserve to win. In fact, they were lucky they didn't lose. United are, I would say, just like 3-4 match days away, like decent games away from genuinely being a threat. I'm being very serious. I'm not saying we're going to win the league. We are far from it, right? But at least we can be. We finished 15th last season. I think we should finish in the top 5, top 6 this year if things go well, if injuries, you know, are not such a huge problem. If we go ahead and buy a new goalkeeper in the month of January. अपने को गोलकीपर खरीदना पड़ेगा भाई, एकदम सिंपल चीज़ है, अपने को जनवरी में गोलकीपर खरीदना पड़ेगा। मैं कब से वही बोल रहा हूँ। पीपल just don't want to accept it for some reason. They feel that, oh no, these are the keepers that we have to live with, and these are the keepers that we have to die with. No, these are shit keepers, both of them. And I don't think, and it's not even the footballing ability, right? I think the character is missing. You know, they're not Manchester United goalkeepers. I'm not saying we haven't had bad goalkeepers in the past. We have had many of them, but we dumped them, we binned them. Onana was dropped on in the first game of the season by Amorim against Arsenal, a team which finished second. This is last year. This is the coach saying, "I don't trust my number one goalkeeper. I don't trust him." In the he said in training, Binder was better. How do you, as a goalkeeper, get beaten in training by your second choice? How does that happen? You know, especially for a season opener, there's something really wrong. He doesn't trust. He doesn't trust them. He doesn't trust. I'm telling you right now, Ruben Amorim is being politically correct. The reality is he doesn't trust his keepers. Our midfield is garbage at this point of time because of Ugarte. I would say Casemiro this is his last season with United. Casemiro will be leaving us soon, and he played decently well yesterday. Manuel Ugarte is horrible. He's not a United level player. He should be coming on and playing the FA Cup and the League Cup at max. Okay, that's what I personally feel. He destroyed many attacks, not of Arsenal's but of United's, which is unfortunate. He's not a United quality player. He's a bench player. He's a squad player. He shouldn't be playing for United at this level. Once again, someone who can be kept until the end of the season as a backup, right? I don't know. I think we need to trust Kobe Mainu a little more. Mainu. Kobe Mainu needs to be trusted a bit more. Honestly, he's good, but is he there yet? I don't know. Maybe he was overused in the last season. Somewhere I felt he was overused in last season and last to last season, because of which his growth has stymied. You know, this is the problem with United, right? हम लोग मतलब we do not know what to do when we get a good player at this point. It is so unfortunate. We're like hardly anyone is playing well, and if someone's playing well, we are like, हाँ हाँ तू करते रहे भाई, तू करते रहे, which is like obviously then pressure आ जाता है, burnout हो जाता है. I'm telling you, some of our key young players have burnt out over the years, and then they go ahead and make mistakes both on the field and off the field. Our talent management has been garbage so far. What I'm liking is, you know, now we have options in the attack and no one feels invincible or undroppable, which was the problem with a lot of United players, where they were like कि निकाल के मेरे को कैसे निकालेगा, इसके पास बैकअप भी नहीं है. So the manager could never have any leverage over the players. Now we have Benjamin Sesko, okay, who is like a good 6'4", 6'5" player, okay, और हम लोग उसको क्रॉस नहीं डाल रहे. For some reason we were not crossing to him, and if we were, it was on knee level. Can we please start crossing? I mean, this guy is out of the game. Okay, Hoyland is out of the club. It's over. Okay, we gave him multiple chances. He's been garbage, right? It's fine. Thank you for your service, but bye. Shesko is going to be the linchpin forward. Zirkzee is going to be the backup, you know, and then you're going to have, of course, Kuna and Mbumo are obviously running right. You have this guy, Apna Chotu dribbler. Oh my god. Ivory Coast. Okay, I'm forgetting his name. Wow. But so you know who I'm talking about, right? Hold on. United, Ivory Coast winger. Wow, what is happening? Ahmad. Ahmad. मेरे दिमाग में ट्रावरे ट्रावरे आ रहे हैं, बट अमाद दियालो इज समवन हु was not. You see the difference. Yesterday he was not the main player. See, the problem with United is हम है ना okayish players को and very good players को ना हम legendary बना देते हैं, and we are like, तुम पे ही है बेटा, सब तुम पे ही हो। इंडियन फैमिली में नहीं होता कि भाई मतलब बेटा तुम ही पे, तुमने नहीं किया तो खानदान भूखा रह जाएगा। वो वैसा वाला हिसाब हो जाता है यूनाइटेड में हर बार, विच इज़ व्हाट आई डोंट वांट। आई डोंट वांट माय क्लब टू हैव दैट, बेटा आपने नहीं किया तो कौन करेगा टाइप्स, आई डोंट वांट दैट शिट विथ माय प्लेयर्स, बिकॉज़ उससे परफॉर्मेंस आउट हो जाता है यार आपका। उससे परफॉर्मेंस इतना खराब हो जाता है कि यू जस्ट आई मीन यू कंसिस्टेंसी नहीं रहता, और अगर रहा भी कंसिस्टेंटली कंसिस्टेंसी परफॉर्मेंस में, what is going to happen is you are definitely going to lose fitness, because you're always playing, mental sharpness चला जाता है, physical sharpness चला जाता है, या फिर emotionally तुम्हारे ऊपर इतना pressure आ जाता है, and you're like कि why am I doing this for 50,000 pounds per week? I deserve 150,000 pounds per week. And then we get into that Anthony, Sancho and all of that wala, Rashford wala situation, right? It is so unfortunate. There are United has had problems in terms of dumping bad players, and now I'm feeling ki, okay, finally after so many years, we are now like, okay, we are going to dump some bad players now. We are like, look at Garnacho, man. Like Garnacho should have been one of the world's best wingers. What the hell did we do with him? I'm not saying he's not to be blamed. He has a terrible attitude problem, but managing young prodigies and their attitudes is part of what a big club is supposed to do. Like why are we not doing that? That is my problem. Why are we not doing that? That is the first thing that we should be doing, right? And but anyway, I loved the way we played the game. I loved the way we continued attacking. And there was one thing which happened when the whistle blew in the 96th minute. Some of our players banged their hands and heads on the ground, and they were so unhappy. It was like they lost a final. And that is when I realized, okay, you know what? These people have the Manchester United spirit. Now they give a shit. Just like the fans give a shit, these people give a shit, right? And which is what I wanted. And I think finally we're going to get it. So even when we lost, I think this is a good thing. This performance was amazing. We are going to win sooner rather than later. So let's keep going on. Let's keep our defense, disciplined, and let's keep our attack creative and flary. With a lot of flair, um, flairful, and be disciplined in the midfield. Yeah, don't make mistakes in the midfield. We almost gave away a goal in the midfield. Ugarte was just passing to someone, and Maguire had to collect a फालतू का yellow card because Ugarte is like pass कर रहा है गधों की तरह पीछे. So that's my thing, right? And I personally feel we last year United scored like hardly 44 goals, which was like the fifth lowest in the league. And obviously we ended up fifth in lowest in the league. We ended up 15th. You score goals, the defense will be managed at some point, but score goals, man. Otherwise the midfield is like मैं इतना supply कर रहा हूँ, goal किधर है? They figured out there's a conversion problem. वो bottom of the funnel में जो बोलते हैं marketeers वैसा. In the final third, we had a huge problem. Our strikers just did not know. Our attackers just did not know what to do. Right. So that's the whole thing. And I'm just happy we played well. This bodes well for us. So there's that. I see some comments like Godwin is like, bro, Sesko is going to. Sorry, first game was on your home turf. In the start of the season, home match is very important. I agree. Yeah. And that hasn't stopped us in the past to lose and embarrass ourselves. He's like, Godwin is like, bro, Sesko is going to take time to understand the team gameplay. He'll not score in first 4 matches. It's very hard on him. At least Victor Gyökeres got 2 pre-game season, but he still can't score. ये सब बंद कर दो. ये सारी चीजें बंद कर दो. If you're a good player, you'll start scoring immediately. I'm not saying first game itself. Second, third game में हो जाए यार. अर्लिंग हालैंड को देख लो. मतलब प्लीज, इफ यू आर अ गुड प्लेयर यू विल स्टार्ट. एज सिंपल एज दैट. यार रोनाल्डो कितने साल बाद वापस आया था, पहले गेम में गोल मारा है उसने. एक नहीं, 2 मारे उसने एक ही गेम में. सो प्लीज, इफ योर क्वालिटी, योर क्वालिटी. ओके, वी नीड टू स्टॉप गिविंग सच लॉन्ग रोप्स टू दीज पीपल. हाँ, 7 गेम हो गया, गोल नहीं मारा, बस करो, घुस जाओ. Bro, Arsenal were unhappy too. They should be. They played shit. They should have lost. Arsenal are lucky they didn't lose. That's all I'll say. Arsenal are damn lucky they didn't lose. Anyway, I think Arsenal will also do well this season. The defense is fantastic. But they are not going to be, I would say, favored by the refs in every game. I promise you that. And for sure United are going to do well this season. I can see it. We are far away from where we need to be, but the first game was very, very encouraging. So yeah, looking forward to a great 2026 season of Manchester United. We don't have Europe, so we have fewer games, which means I don't think the pressure, the physical and mental pressure on our players is going to be as high as it could have been, right? So I think this is a good season. I think we can do well. Let's just keep performing well. Yeah, good football. Everything else flows from there. Cool. Uh, Thank you guys for logging in or watching. This was Polkeball on Manchester United and why this loss wasn't really a loss. Point wise, it was, but I think good things lie ahead for United. And I'm saying that after a long, long, long time, and I'm very happy to be a United fan after a long time. But let's see. Let's keep the momentum on. Yeah, it looks promising. See ya. Like, comment, subscribe to Polkeball. See ya. Good night.